Anytime an elected public official uses taxpayer money to travel, there are always critics. Governor Martin O'Malley has taken several such trips. You may recall in May 2010, he traveled to China, Korea, and Vietnam. In December of 2011, he went to India to promote Maryland as the place to do business. CTV has been bringing you a series of reports on that historic mission. O'Malley sat down exclusively for an interview with CTV's Sonia Srivastava in New Delhi, India, and here's that story.
Martin O'Malley is the first sitting governor ever to visit India. The delegation of close to 100 people was the largest in state history. This 7-day trip involved stops in 3 cities, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and the capital, New Delhi. The country has a population of more than 1 billion, and half of its people are 25 or younger. India is slated to have the 3rd largest economy in the coming decade.
The amount of freedom here, the amount of diversity here, the vibrancy of this place, and the huge markets that exist in India. This is the largest speaking English democracy in the world now. More people speak English here in India than speak English in the United States.
The first stop on the trip, Hyderabad in the south, where O'Malley met Chief Minister Kiran Reddy and signed a sister state agreement. The goal to work together on areas of culture, education, health, and business. O'Malley predicts India would rank among Maryland's 5 largest trade partners within 5 years and feels the India-U.S. relations would be, quote, the defining relationship of our times. The city of Hyderabad has established itself as the leading destination for IT. On a visit to the India School of Business, a student asked O'Malley about a topic that most Americans associate with India, outsourcing or call centers.
There is a concern that outsourcing leads to, at least in the US, there's a concern that is it leading to, for example, jobs moving elsewhere. What are your thoughts on that?
Somehow, because we're the United States, that market forces have to stop, that the internet has to erect barriers in order for us to maintain the jobs that we had in the 70s is, I think, a fanciful notion. A company like Jubilant, big company here, purchased a generic drug manufacturing company in Salisbury. They have gone from an employment of 25 people in Salisbury to employment of 240 people in Salisbury, and they want to create more jobs in Salisbury, Maryland.
There are 3,000 companies in Maryland owned by Indian Americans, providing 28,000 jobs to people in the state and generating revenues of $1.2 billion. The governor's trip has been criticized by some residents for its cost, which was roughly $140,000. But O'Malley says such missions are vital to competing in the modern business world. What would you like to tell the average Marylander at home? Why are we here? Why do we need to be here?
Well, we need to be here because it's the only economically responsible course of action is to be engaged in huge markets. I mean, there are companies here. We have a delegation that's 100 people strong, and the business people have all come on their own dime.
The next stop on the trip, Mumbai, the 4th most populated city in the world. More than 20 million people live here. And being the entertainment and commercial capital, the city is also the richest in India. Here, the governor also signed a sister state agreement with Maharashtra. As a sign of respect, O'Malley was given a turban. He toured the convention on pharmaceutical ingredients. It is one of the largest shows in India. He also participated in the inauguration of Lupin Pharmaceuticals Pavilion.
Lupin is one of the largest generic manufacturers of drugs. Their headquarters in the United States is actually Baltimore, Maryland, where they have, that's their U.S. headquarters. So we wanted to come here to let Lupin know how very much we appreciate their presence in the United States.
We have been in the U.S. for the last 6 years, and today we are the largest and the fastest growing generic company in the U.S. by the IMS data.
Lupin has 200 employees that work in Baltimore alone, majority of them being from Maryland. Mumbai is also home to India's largest and most versatile companies, Tata. The company has a significant global presence with more than 100 companies spread throughout 6 continents. The total revenue of Tata companies taken together was $83 billion in 2010, with 58% of the company's business coming from outside of India. In Prince George's, 8 O'Clock Coffee in Landover is owned by Tata. O'Malley and County Executive Rashawn Baker leader would like to see that location expand.
Maryland is very central, and then it becomes strategic to be located in Maryland from that point of view. Yes, it is being central is important, but more important for us, the Tata Group, is the innovation, research, and the intellect that is found in the state of Maryland.
You don't have to go far to see that India has many challenges in terms of basic needs like water, electricity, infrastructure, and more. But the governor also sees tremendous opportunity.
Just to see the tremendous number of human beings trying to make their own way in this world. I mean, the sort of poverty that families in India confront is a very stark contrast even to the extreme poverty that we still have many pockets of in the United States. And I suppose what it drives home more than anything else is the imperative that we have as citizens of this world to find better and more sustainable ways to feed and fuel and to heal and to secure human life on this planet.
For CTV News, I'm Sonia Srivastava.
And the governor's office says the trip brought in more than $60 million in business deals.